Learning online is amazing for so many reasons, but my favorite thing about learning online is that the possibilities are infinite. I can learn anything I ever could imagine online, and that is so inspiring to me. But with that comes great responsibility. I need to know what information is trustworthy and what information is not. There's just too much fake news out there. So, how can we know that something's reliable? We can check our sources. We can make sure that the website we're reading it on ends with a .gov, a .edu, or a .org. These are regulated websites that we know for a fact have accurate information. Now, that doesn't mean that no other websites have accurate information. That just means we can't depend on them to have accurate information. Therefore, we have to use our common sense and we have to use our research skills to make sure that we are double checking that information to make sure it's accurate. So if we read something on a .com, a .co, or a .net, yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you're reading and that you're learning, but make sure it's accurate. Double check your sources, go to a .edu and confirm that it's accurate. Now, if you do see a website that ends with like a .cn, a .eu, a .id, that doesn't really indicate anything except for which country that website was created in. So those are going to be country code domains, and they're not going to give you really much information other than maybe the language that it was written in. So don't worry too much about those if it's accurate or not, but definitely there should be a .gov, .edu, or .org for those websites that you are relying on. Now, let me give you an example. Why is my mental health so fragile? You can see this is an extremely important question. If we have fragile mental health, which many of us do, we need to learn how to take care of ourselves. We need to learn about ourselves, right? And so I want to get really accurate information to make sure that I'm doing a good job of taking care of myself. There's an amazing AI feature that can give us some quick hints and tips here, but AI isn't always accurate. That same thing. Look at this, AI is getting the information from mentalhealth.com. I can't 100% rely on this information. So I can read it, I can start to think about what it's saying, but I really need to double check and use my intuition to make sure that I know if it's accurate or not by researching. Now, the next one is that same mentalhealth.com. Again, I can read through it, but not reliable. The next one here is Quora. Quora, if you don't know, is a great website where you can get other people's opinions. And some of those opinions are expert opinions, but they are just people on the internet. We don't know them for sure. We can't confirm their identity. So maybe not the most accurate, or we just can't confirm it's accurate. Then we come down to Psychology Today, which sounds like it's a reliable source, but it's a .com. So maybe it's reliable, maybe it's not. I need to learn more. I need to double check my sources. Finally, we get to this medstarhealth.org. Okay, finally a website that I can rely on. And I can go in here and I can read this and I can know that information is accurate. If you keep scrolling, you can see there's a lot of websites here that are not necessarily accurate. We've got mayoclinic.org. This is a known website. We know Mayo Clinic is famous, and then it's also a .org. Okay, we can feel confident in that. And then here we have the nhs.uk. So that domain name is for the country UK, and the NHS is a well-known national health services for UK. So especially if you are in the UK, you already know that this is reliable, but other countries like Americans can also trust this because this is the National Health Services. It's a reliable source. But you wouldn't necessarily know that because of the UK. You have to know that from context. So it's not always so easy, but you all have critical thinking skills. You're all learning and adapting, and we're using our research skills to keep learning. So keep doing what you're doing, keep learning, and the sky is the limit.